Okay, welcome to a series I'm starting, Intro to Reverse Engineering Games. This series is going to be about learning programming through reverse engineering. I would like to say that do not do anything illegal, and I am not responsible for anything that you guys do. So, yeah, this is for educational purposes only, and let's begin. So, this video, what I'll be going over is what you will learn through this series, and yeah. Next is going to be the requirements needed to start, and the tools if you do want to start, the tools you'll need, and I'll show you guys how to install those tools. So yeah, let's get started. So the end goal of this series is to show you guys how to reverse engineer games, how games will detect cheats, and how you can stay undetected. And by the end, you should be able to make your own fly hacks, god mode, trigger bots, aim bots, ESP, all of the fun stuff everybody wants to use. So yeah. So the requirements before starting are you are going to need a Windows computer and a will to learn. That's pretty much it. Windows computer, because if you're using a Linux or another operating system, the methods and tools I use will not be a one-on-one to the operating system, so keep that in mind. It is recommended before you start to learn some C or C++, as that will help a lot. Nothing too advanced, just some basic knowledge is useful enough just to get started. Knowledge of the Windows API will also be helpful. Not needed, but still helpful. Basic x86 assembly will help a ton if you do know it. Not being able to write it necessarily, but just being able to read the instructions, that will help a lot. Again, this is just all recommended. It's not needed. If you don't know it, it's fine. I'll guide you through it. But if I was to recommend to learn one, say start with C++. So if this is something you want to learn and you meet the requirements, here are the tools you will need to begin. So first is going to be Notepad++. This is just going to be a text editor that replaces Notepad. So if you're jotting down notes, you could write in here rather than Notepad. It does offer a dark theme and it offers syntax highlighting. Our next one is going to be Cheat Engine. Cheat Engine is powerful all-in-one tool, meaning that using Cheat Engine just alone, you can make hacks. Maybe later I'll make a video on making a mod menu using just Cheat Engine. But for this series, we'll be mostly using it for its memory scanner. Next one is going to be REClass. REClass does have a built-in memory scanner, but still I'll be using Cheat Engine. We're going to be using REClass for its memory viewer and class generator, which will be useful when making our programs. Our fourth one is going to be Visual Studios, and this is where we're going to be doing our programming in. And it's just an IDE where we could program. If you don't know what an IDE is, it's just a software we could use to program. Alright, the last two tools, I won't be showing the installation process of just yet, as we won't be using them for a while in the series, but I think it's important I introduce them to you guys so you guys can see how they could be beneficial in reverse engineering. So first is x64 debug, and what this does is it runs an instruction at a time and views its output. So you could think of an instruction as a line of code. So you could basically connect to a game and execute line of code at a time and see what each line is doing. So that's really helpful. Next is going to be a decompiler. And what a decompiler is just the opposite of a compiler. So when you're programming an app or something in Visual Studios, what you do is you compile it into a machine code, and that machine code is what the computer runs. And this is important because games, they won't give us the source code, they'll give us the exe file, and that is in machine code. So what decompiler is it takes that machine code and gets the C code from it. No, this is not the source code C code. This is just the decompiler's best assumption of what that machine code was doing. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's not directly the source code, but it gives you a pretty good representation of what the source code will look like. So yeah. So there's a lot of decompilers out there. There's Binary Ninja, which is what I will be using. It's not expensive, so if you wanna get that as well. They do offer a free version as well, or if you don't want to spend any money, there is Ghidra and Cutter, which are free as well, and Ida has a free one and a paid one, depending on which one you want to use. So yeah, those are all the tools, and let's start installing them. What you want to do is open up a browser, and from the browser, we'll go in order from the order I listed them in. So we'll start with Notepad++. So type in Notepad++. Just go to the first one, and from here just go to download, and you could download the latest one. This will give you an installer, and the installer, just run it. Should take less than a minute to install. It's a small file, so yeah, just run that. Next is gonna be Cheat Engine, so type in Cheat Engine. I will say with Cheat Engine, do be careful because the installer does want to install other stuff that isn't Cheat Engine. So yeah, so to install it, just hit the big green button, download Cheat Engine, and I'll download it with you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about, how it wants to download other stuff, just so you guys don't get other stuff with Cheat Engine. So yeah, just run the exe file. If you get this, it's fine, just run it anyway, and then select English or whatever language, and you get this Cheat Engine installer. So hit next, and you see this is what I was talking about, how it wants to install this other stuff, and this is optional, so you don't need to install it. So just hit decline. If you were just running through and hitting accept on everything, you will install it, so you gotta be careful. Hit decline, and see it gets a couple things, so just make sure you hit decline on everything and decline again. And yeah, that should be it, and you should have Cheat Engine installed. So yeah, next is going to be REClass, so just type in REClass, and from here click on the GitHub. From here go to the code and download the zip file. Once you download it, just extract it to another folder, and yeah, you should have REClass now, and you can see here what it offers. So yeah. Lastly, we're going to do Visual Studios, so just type in Visual Studios. Should be the first one, the one that says IDE, yeah. So from here, scroll down a little bit and download Visual Studios, the IDE. So you want to download the community version, it is free. The other ones are like paid. So yeah, I see this free trial and free trial. So yeah, download the community version. Yeah. And once you download it, you should be getting an installer, so I'll show you what that looks like. So the installer, when you first run it, you should get a video. I mean, not a video. When you first run it, you should get something like this. And just go to desktop development with C++, select that one. And then somewhere around here, you should get a download button. Just download it and you should be good. Now we have all the tools ready for our next video. So now what you can do is, if you have some extra time, learn some C++. A good resource for that is learncpp.com. So just type in Learncpp. From here, click on the first link, Learn C++. And this will take you everything from the getting started to getting pretty advanced in here. So yeah, definitely check this out if you want to learn some C++. But other than that, that is going to be it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.